Today I'm forced to give a talk on brief instruction of Kagyu tradition. I have named a drop of ocean because they actually, if you want to know about the Kagyu tradition or if you want to know about the Kagyu tradition or the Buddha Dhamma, is like an ocean, it's very vast and deep. But a person like me, I cannot know uh, all the meanings of Kagyu and all the teachings of Kagyu. So I would like to share a drop of like a drop of oceans, a drop of water from the Kagyu tradition. The Kagyu ki mote just the chudik lani chen shayore. The chen the talk by chen the garzana. Chidam namsu da Kagyu ki lojulane bindu. Ni chijumlane bindu. Lapardo. Chidam namsu da Kagyu ki lojulane bindu. 이 지중란에 또 라포도 무슨 라포도 랑제디스디 이 자바다 자체와 이 태제스 나시리 인디나네 이 나도 가상 나도 지기 용속 슈트야 다 셰트야 이 바담디 강멘스네 아니 주딕 점지 슈에기 베시 슈에 인디지상에 저세 주딕란이 센터에 레슈에 and the next will be the homage prayer to the lineage of Kagyu master. So the great Vajradhara, Tilopa, Naropa, Mila, Noel of the three times, omniscient Kamapa, holders of the four elders and the eighth later lineage, the Trigun, Tabum, Selva, Glorious, the master, profound path of Mother. The Dapur Kagyu, the unequal protectors of beings. I supplicate you, Kagyu Gurus. So this is the homage for the Kagyu lineage. The image given here is all the Kagyu master. In the center, it is the Buddha called Vajradhara. Di ang Kagyu Kagyu the Laju nang the select doctrine. And the nang lato and the nichi the Chilong Laju nang the Tendo is Sunni. And the young Dojicha Tilon Marvamila Chegam. 디스미시 자긴기 감하고 제시 중기 집어서는 디다스 빨리 포스들은 차례치랑 많이 냠에도겐 답까지 서원도 속까지 나와 버스는 남들 진기로 아니 디스미시타이 디다디네 마 리무요 레시 아니 고 고림나지네 염나자 부저 자네 답대 못이시요 이난티는 약간라 제지기 쳐도 직샤요 actually though it's have long prayers but I want to keep till here as a supplications. So to introduce this picture, we call this Kagyu field of merit. So whenever the Kagyu tradition, they pray, they offer, they have to visualize all those groups. So these are the lineage of Kagyu master. So starting from the Buddha. The Buddha, he himself manifested as the Vajradhara and gave teachings. And in the right and the left and the upper, they are all the lineage master. Starting from the Tilopa, Naropa, those two are the Indian great master, Mahasiddha of Indian university like Nalendra and Vikramashila. And then also the Kima Doji Cham, the Tinamda, Vegetum, and Tinam Jiri, Deshi, Mubushu, and Kishinaba, Chasan King, Nayanda, and the Sajimaton Shuana, and the Masukaji, that's all the part of the Nama. Kagyu mampu izane rujikama kamsanki soshindi ishwina soshindi danga soki tam mondo tokene ani komdu latu karejene ani di komdu di ani lama dela ani disu kombe di ani kechi mochadi ishwina. So now generally speaking about the Kagyu, what is the Kagyu? Now Ka, it means the authentic teachings of Buddha, the three Pitaka. But in our tradition, we add like a 4 tantra also. So 4 tantra and the 3 Tipitaka. So these are the authentic Buddha's teachings. Those who follow, those who believe, those who trust in the teachings of Buddha and practice, those who listen, those who learn, are called as a Kagyu. You can call them as a Kagyu. Now, Kagyu, the Dios, now, we try and be on Tombaina, Jewe, Ka, and so you cut. The Nisum, Judici, 근데 상기 간 세만나네 간 남다 가양다가 이시니 대바지 태삼제 농계지 공족기관의 영문제과 이게 용소라 가지고라는 거지 아니 바타니 슈가이나 마디바 용마레시 이제 이것도 상기가 용소 상기가 켈리네 냠네지가 용소 저양 프로그램이나 가지고까지 차기월이です. But specifically when it comes to school, so there is like a certain called Kagyu school, so which was spread to the Tibet around like 10th century, at the end of the 10th century. Taiwan 지역에서 Kagyu를 있다는 것도 벨라 아니 베준 남대기 나오라 아니 샤데베기 아니 이것서 디럭파지 디럭기바이나 축박이 예매치라 아니 다루와 근데 이내 이 중소대 공은 자가기는 다루 그랜지기 취주들라 아니 다루와지 무슨 요래듯이 다 디나라 아니 다까줄에 에와 슈바이나 아니 까줄라 에와니 샤요레스 용라들 다 샴파까지다 아니 마파까지 normally generally there is two category in kaju. It's known as the Shampa Kagyu and the Marpa Kagyu. The Shampa Kagyu was established by the accomplished master known as Chumpo Neljo. He traveled to India and Nepal 3 times. So he brought Sutra and Tantra receiving from approximately from 150 teachers of the master from the India. And he spread to the Tibet, where there is called Sham, near in the Tsang region. The village, the place name was Sham. So that's why from there onwards, his teachings, his lineage became Shampa Kagyu. Shampa Kagyu 시가 충분히 내적이 아니 그래서 자간나라 공부 자단 같은 학생 내 공부 지혜지 수다 동학이 중 세상 주니 벨라야 대왕전에 나오고 당년도 벨라 지금 많이 되나요? 샹을 내서 용받는 짱초래를 했습니다. 어디 쪽으로 공기 다루고 순서 아니 되게 최주기민들 샹바 가주는데 독성을 했을 순서도 오셔야 Then the next is the Marpa Kagyu. The Marpa Kagyu, it's like when the Marpa, the translator, Marpa was the translator from the Tibet. When he went to India and received teachings from, especially from the Naropa. And I will talk about Naropa and Naropa later because I will introduce with the pictures and their bit of biography. And when the Marpa, he spread his teachings in the Tibet, he have got a lot of his students who were very learned and master skilled in meditation, especially in Tantric and Sutra also. So their students have again opened a new school, so that there formed like merely around like 12 or 13 schools known as the 4 majors or the 4 major school and the 8 later school of Kagyu. 이 말벌로서 공기 자간론의 치유니 벨라야 치유다용선에 내는 공기 로마디 수나는 이 기바 생기게 너무 부중에 디는 소다는 소리 나가지기 가서 두타나네미도 치유 디 사보 그래서 저기 용라 기타 주에나 니까지 치유 중계라서 거기 주바 중기 축소 낙서를 그래요. 가르치나 아니 조디 공기디나라 나중에 있나 제시 중계를 탄에 딱한데 간스타기를 주면은 치와라이디 제가 못 봤는데 그 무슨 주백이 로마들라 치와지 근데 공기 로메기 로마디 수라디 중화는 지난 예링기 개발 니와다 리모 근데 진짜 진짜 저 올라가 리모라는 거 코퍼다 제가 됐으니 개발슈리 슈리기 베시슈기 아니 이내 디나라다 마스까지 치시는 말라 가르치기로나 아니 다 정된지 좀 있으시 먹어야지 지난 제시 중계 되는지 지상이 요래 되는 지상들라 양 개발해서 이 시스템 테스트 뭐로 들리기도 마티바 고림 마티바 당 대가 나신 양 아니 정당 마티바 되시기도 so when they categories into the like a 4 major school and the 8 later school there is some scholar who they count in a different way but the name so I don't have to read the name one by one. I'll just say number, 4 major school and the 8 later school. This is differentiated because the one which was received directly from his guru, the Gampopa. I will show the Gampopa's image later. This receiving directly from Gampopa is known as the elder school or the major school. They were like receiving directly. And the student who receive from the, not directly from the master, but the student. So they are known as the later school, or we call it as the minor school also. So actually it's like a far in here, receiving directly from teachers and or receiving from the student of the teacher, or like a senior student, receiving from the senior student. So this is the just a name. So now when it comes to the, if I go little by one, so when we call in the Kagyu master, there is like a Tilo and Naro. So first was the Vajradhara. The Vajradhara himself is the manifestation of Buddha. Then Tilopa was the Mahasiddha of the Indian University, Nalendra University. So he was a great Mahasiddha who received a lot of tantric teachings and sutra teachings. He was very learned, he was very skilled in practicing. And he's said to be born, he was like a scholar around the end of the 9th century or the 10th, beginning of the 10th century. But there is some scholar who disbelieve, or there is some their own opinions regarding the birth date and the date of the death. Tachidam dinala ni ngonsogi kajunong da ziunzane tilo dam narola shuinsan tilo badi ni jana nalenji pedupi badam de gana shingi togi ba tayonda semi yonda chege ina ida kase chung kasa chunglo dam ni delo gi dina yang sheba meeting ko matol de gitu ina ida ngi chik ti shashe shu kasa na sogi 요즘도 나 이게 진짜 잘 돼. 지난 뒤나 제가 공부도 좀 이는 타직도 이 nembay입니다. 이게 봐요. 모레시. 다 디나라 아니 가주를 했다. 디나라 가주지담데 이 또벌 까밥시기 그래 가주지담지. 다 대기야 돼 자양 배워. 다다나 이 대원도 주비 가주디 디스트릭이 시. 그래서 까밥시기 주비 나마 이니 주가 dil라 니까 없이 dil라마 dil라 니까 주의샤 요레스 dil라마 시스템 dil라야 포니 개발될 수 있는 말로 뭐이 요레스 이나이다 나마도 나 주가마 감상도 있나 토마토 수바 완전도 지기 순차베 니 루지디나라 제와이나 공기 초반이 까없이 dil라마디 샤로 장스 샤로 장스 이 샤르게 나마 시 니 폴라마 시 루라마 시 장마 시 어디서 시 초나마 시 슈이 주가들라 Kashi Jubaran. The now the Kagyu which I explained earlier was in general. The Kagyu one who followed the teachings of Buddha or the teachings of Buddha are known. We can call as a Kagyu. Ka is like the words of Buddha and Ju is the transmission or lineage. The one who practices called the Kagyu. So we can call all of us as a Kagyu in general, but when it comes to specific school, here is the reason Kagyu, where there are a lot of scholars who explain different meanings, but regarding my tradition, where I come from, it's like a Kama Kagyu tradition. Here we have like a Tat Kamapa, where he explained the 4 lineage as the east, west, north, south. So from the east, from each direction, 4 lineage. So, dinalayan jutilo pala yang komgiring ngasa nyuwi jupada nyuwi jupada ni tsang yureshi. Tadi di chokchida den tsang de nyuwi jupada. De nyuwi jupada ya doji changni ma samna do sa doji changi chana doji do masa. Sangi di chana doji dan tani chiri zida 진짜 jamyang mas kosun dineji ma chen sara hapa dan lutu plus kun jibadi la nyuwi jupada shagi res. Tilo ko batne. Dayang nyuwi jupada tilo pa ko tekar kurang ngasum yorana na tilo ko na 이남 민가이나 마탐시키 바 인수마디 아니 그런 게 예준이디 무슨 교레시. So here is like a saying of a Tilopa have two lineage. The one is the far lineage, the one is the close lineage. The far lineage is like he received a teaching from there's a lot of teachers between him and the Buddha. So there is a lot of teachers like him. So this is called far lineage. Now there is another lineage called close lineage, where he received teaching directly from Buddha. Now how that can happen is because he has a vision of a Buddha in form of Vajradhara. So he can directly visualize the Vajradhara and he can receive teaching directly from the Vajradhara. So this is close lineage of a Tilopa. That's why from Tilopa it becomes the Kagyu. So that's why he is known as the first master of the Kagyu, Kagyu master. Now second is like his student. His best student was the Naropa. So Naropa is believed to be the great scholar, Mahasiddha Vikramasila. He was like a gatekeeper of the northern part. During that time in India, there was used to have a gatekeeper where the scholar used to stay in the gate, and if the non-Buddhist comes to debate, so they have to debate with them and they have to answer all the questions. They have to check. So that's why this was the tradition in the British and even in Nalanda also. In most of the biography of Naropa, it is said he was the northern gatekeeper of the Vikramasila. Then the Penjan Naropati, Vikramasila Kebaimba, Nakalumimba, and the Rojumanchon of the Sakai ratio in Kazana, Vikramasila, Jango Sungin, yes, none of the Samakis, the children, Zebajayonis, and Zeba, Toya, the Hanashi, Joats, Lenja, Switch, Benita, Chok, Tamjela, Osumji, Shu, Dilla, and Shu in the name, only Vikramasila, Jamchok, in the estimate. So Tilopa in Naropa was an Indian master, so Indian Mahasiddha. And now from Tibet it comes the Marpa, the translator. He was the great translator in the end of the 10th century, beginning of the 11th century. So he received the teachings from the Naropa and the Maitri in the Nalanda and in the Ganga and like Pushpari. तो देतना कर सकना है छोटा मार्पा की रोपा द मैजिक बनी दी कर सा छजा छिम बोलते हैं सुशुदा में दिला दे अनि चुनु गंगा दिला दे रोपा की अनि नारोपा की अनि मार्पा ला युल्दी द पुष्पारी तना इमेना अनि नालेंटे की जामचो ला कुछ बिहार शरीफ ला दिना ला सजा दिखे Dila ina masang di sana kaji kumbaci ayo le. Di ini sana kongi ni bela ju, ni beni mata ju. Ta kongi lo mata mila repa. Tadi yunda la ni ngasih ni. Begaji ju jubi tsugen na me jiz mila repa yunda chat yo le. Ani disu da misi gewa shuma waje. Di kongi lo mata chiji ka lo waje. So when it comes to Tibet, he have given the teachings. The Mahapa have taught his student. Though he have a lot of students, the right in the left side of the picture, it's like it's called Milarepa. So Milarepa was the great yogi of the Tibetan yogi. So he was the greatest. So he had a lot of great biography that we all should read and have to listen on. Though we don't have much time, so I won't go brief on this one. And the Milarepa, his name is the Swan. And now, especially when we call the Kagyu, there is like two important significance in the Marpa and the Kapopa, because sometimes we call the Marpa Kagyu and sometimes call Kapo Kagyu. Because we call Marpa Kagyu because the Marpa was the first Marpa Kagyu nam ani Tapu Kagyu la dishes ni yo. Dina la ni Marpa di ni jam da kongi ni jaga ni che shu ni bela darwai ba sam kongi ni Marpa Kagyu. 다 감보발라데 있으니 감보발라야 다보까지는 슈디 가르라 슈가이나 아니 감보바디 다보까지는 믹싱 가르친 슈교라나 콩담보 아니 까줄라 마시고라 까담베 계획신이라서 어땠네 까담베기 주는이다 아니 로종기 맹아다 디소 아니 라스 슈니 네 제마야 지스벨을 버슈도 지스벨을 걸라 아니 적칭이 주바라서 보다 체력이 주바쳐서 슈니 아니 디 디니기 주바냠도 제바야 무슨 내가 참 주지 제라니 디 무슨 콜라스나 이 다보까지는 믹싱이 So when it comes to the Tapokaju have a different when before Tapo Rinpoche, or we sometimes we call Gampo also. He himself was there from Bangladesh, and his teachings was spread all over the Tibet, and there the lineage known as the Kadam. So the Gampopa was learning or practicing all the Kadam's teachings, and when he met the Milarepa, so he also received the Mahamudra teachings, which was spread to Marpa and Milarepa. So he received those all the Mahamudra teachings and this sixth yoga of Naropa, and he also have teachings of the mind training teachings from the Kadam lineage, which is known called Kadam. So from there it becomes like a Tapokaju, very specific from the Marpakaju. And Kola Missing in the Marpakaju, Deans and Kaju that was touching on similar missing as Milakaju and missing Shuyo, Deep Nangi, the Jeshi, Kilime was Miller and Bushu and Meshari. The Chidan, the Tabor in which they march. 대지라 작전 단단히 제도 그냥 렌즈들이 주변이 주직제라 같이 주직제라 일라 믹싱이나 저희가 생각한다 다보 가지고 주요 레시 아니 양 슈고에 제가 다나디올라 데니시 리모다 디나나 아주 가지고 아니 가지고 만나스 또디 아니 딜로나로 마르파밀라 가보가 딩가라 무슨 교레시 다 딜라 아니 딜로단 나로디 자가르기 두시니 바제 마파 밀라 감포바티 이베기 아니 다 기두 이딩게나. So in this image there is like five great master of Kagyu. We call the five founding master of Kagyu also. So Dilo and Naro was the master of the Kagyu from the India, and in Marpa, Mila, Gampopa are the master from the Tibet. So when we make a prayer or aspiration, we directly start from Doji Chanje, Dilo Naro, Marpa Mila, Cheje Gampopa. So this is recited by all the Kagyu tradition. Dingansu inamjin dumba garite by Nana, Diganashin, Susu Isate Barina, Namponi, Doji Chanje, Dilo Naro, Marpa Mila, Cheje Gampopa, Kagyu Muzoki issue. The name and DJ the Maya, Susu Young, Tetsu Kawaii ratio. 디치라 아니 가주나라 도 가주나라 뭐 부이즈네 디테가 두지카마 감독으로 도디슈이라 가zen나 두지카마 감독으로 슈디 슈고에 주제 디가 선데 나랑다나로 좀 제사나미도 아니 당신콜라 고도 테시에 하나씩 기부다 봐 보이잖니 담배치라서 테레 두지카마 감독이 남아나더니 근데 게 두지카디 무슨 디콜라도 디슈 다데기 엔서데 보고디 카마 디슨 김바차디 레슈 아니 디네 까마포 숨바디 가서 나만 저기 쭈꾸기 토마 쭈꾸기 룩셀라나미도 설때 보고디 까마포 숨바 차기로 해시 이 최종나라 가르슈기었나 지당 까마포 이바라 숨바디 까마포 담배기 양승이 바이네 이 추된 믹스기 제예요 추된 제기 룩스디 같은 이 중으로 까마포 숨바니 이 추된 단계기 소리였나 두치 나 우겐바다 두치 우겐바기 아니 두치 우겐바데 공지당 도이된기 기본에 간사 도시된기 대해서 보면은 나라 기본 상태는 우진기 라테네 수페트 한번만서 냐고 무슨 네 숨도기 루토페 담모지 지난 고체주디 주복하지 내가 까마감사 저와 배치고요 홍비지 내지된 남사 딜네 마존에 저기 찍고기 남룩라네도 지된지 무슨 되는 중으로 예스 이 로즈노라 디시리요 네 아니 까마고 숨바디 양 믹스기 가래요 무슨 되는 매주 당당이나 앞으로도 매기 춤다 오늘 리치와도 춤을 까지 뭐 자기가 가르나 왜 지나 보다 공자가 지나 보다 낙지 공기가 그러지 다리오레스 공기 조직이 소잖아 소주 내가 말씀 있다는 데 이런 거 얘기인데 거기 나와라 샤를 공부 속선에 아니 나와라 샤로 하셔요 디 전화 대화나 개포트스 콘소기 때 다시 디치나네 다와치비 디치는 디체죠 어디 나와라 샤를 디체죠 now this I'm going to talk about the as I explained earlier there is a lot of school in the Kagyu like around like 12 to 13 school Kagyu school I'm going to talk particularly about the Kama Kagyu just because the monastery I study and I stay all belongs to the Kama Kagyu tradition. So first Kamapa Disunkinpa is the founder of the Kama Kagyu. He was the direct student of the Gampopa. And next is I want to introduce the third Kamapa. The third Kamapa was the first person who was recognized or enthronement as the reincarnation. So the reincarnation system in the Tibet or in the he was enthronement by the Dukchen Ugempa. He was also the great Mahasiddha, or he was the abbot of the Bodhgaya. So third Kamapa becomes very important in the Tibetan culture or the Tibetan tradition because he was the one who first introduced the astrology in Tibet. It's called like the astrology regarding the 5 elements. And now he also has a very great connection with the China Empire. So this image is like he appeared in the moon after he passed away. He passed away around like after he passed away, so the king became very sad and he was missing his master. At that time, the master was shining on the full moon. So that's why in China they call like autumn festival. That time they offer the offering or their festival of moon offering. During that time, the third Kamapa appeared on the moon. And 지금 the Kamapa Suba the Rangjung Dashel Shri, Rangjung Dashel nani. Tadi ni Chana la fungi ni kasala. 공부 소산에 되니 지난 개보 개보되기다 남아 되니 전에 동맹에 서원대 가서 세 번째 중에 나와라 샤르에스 다치 디션 다른 중 다시는 용라디 자기요. So these are all regarding the history of the Kagyu tradition. Now regarding coming present Kagyu, so I will, as I mentioned earlier, it's only brief. I'm talking about the Kagyu Mulam. So why I'm talking about Kagyu Mulam is as I so here also I have kept the image, the sign. It's the logo of the Kagyu Mulam. So the Kagyu Mulam was this sign was invented by the Kamapa, 17 Kamapa. So the purpose of the Kagyu Mulam is to spread the love, patience, and the harmony around the world, around all the traditions of the country, all the religions. For this reason, he talked about mainly about the environment. If we save the environment, so we are getting connected with all the religion, all the country, all the boundaries, all the animals. So if we take care of the environment, so it's getting more benefit, and it's best way to practice bodhisattva way of helping all sentient beings. And dana the Kagyu Mulam기 tela shugwe 좀 생대가 shugwe나 이 지당 대기 공도 쉬지만 되잖아. Kagyu기다 요즘에 내면도 지중도 롭서 지슈 슈위 굴레라. 다다기 잘하다 Kagyu기 내당 내면도 되기 tel라디 니 지당 담지 들어다 팀바 니 냠내니 안데스탄디 오레스 이코라 쉐르. 되기 tel라 니 믹스 Kagyu Mulam 콜라 shugwe 좀 스타디. 다 Kagyu Mulam 가진 shugwe라나 니 딜라 좀생 남만이 요나. 지기 가르나 보니 담지 들어다 팀바 이 좀생 칭지 이 비션에 나게 엄마빠기 Kagyu Mulam 일에 따라 지난 디제시가 성이 도이되나야 슈레. 이 양자를 개보시는 데도 주변에나 이 Kagyu Mulam 일에 따디라 이 저와의 거지 마스기 점링기 강아 단미 개합 남벤진하네 또 지준 남벤진 대하나시 미담 도와 미담 가서 디돌라네 미담 호유기기만 대화 담사고베스 디센젤라 공개 아니 데니시데 답이 아니 공개서 나오래 아니 데니 딜레타비 아니 소니 아니 레타비 미길라네 민도 쪼디가서 나는 저기 누나 기겐 감딜라 시대에 담 틀남다 니 장세 뺄레기 지도를 해라니다 가지고는 비싸벤이 디레스 담사 가야로 장바도 째와 틀남기 아니 사벤 대비지 가지고는 저기 인스 근데 미길 디샤야 So now the next image, I hope you all remember that we have visited last year in the Bodh Gaya. This is the stage of the Kagyu. So now you see another picture. There are all the bhikkhus were on this stage. So this is the how the full ordained monk, the bhikkhu, stayed during the recitation of the Veda. Normally, we offer only to the Buddha statue and the image of the Thampas and some text, never offer to the Sangha. And now this is the reason why His Holiness Karmapa made a stage in this form, so that the Sangha can sit on that shrine. So the lay people and the shamana or the novice, so Upasaka can offer, make procession to the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. 아니 지난 가상 네 방송이다 너희들나 걔는 멍청이 회사래 이내 니나가 결국은 양전 인생이 주에나 아니 그 그리고 쿠바니 예바디 지디 가상 나서 바 지질라 베기 갑기래 이바디다 가지고 소시비가 아니 게딘도 중단들의 이슈 딜라 야 강라 주긴디 차상들이라 가서 기롱 장장 기롱디가 시작하려면 먼저 게딘 승리 게딘 제기 남지나 만속에 제바비디가 소야라 상기 우다에 바다 대가나시 수공 보딜라서 예바마도 아니 게딘 용을 했어 이미지는 영감보다 직직이면서 수남사에게 신 게딘이 맞서서 기술 만다 수기 아니야 제법 수남사상 신이 두려기 있으라 공기 아니야 말람기 초라를 했더니 시선은 속게 됐어 아니 축동 기술에 되는 시에 now next comes the most going to Sangha members going for the position in the mind. This is, I gave this picture because some of you have asked many times, many of you have asked that how was the experience you felt when you were first going to the arms in the Thai monastery in Bodh Gaya. So actually, some of you might have thought that we are doing this for first time. For me and for my friend, I think this is not a first time. It wasn't a first we were experiencing in the Thai monastery. Because we do this every year. We do this in our annual occasion. We don't for every day, but every year we have such event that we go to asking for the alms in the barefoot. But we can put socks, but without a shoe and slipper. 지난 딩에 파샤가 좀 생각을 두려워나 가상만 속에 있던 지로 공남백이 멍청을 갈수나 테라와다기 로코나백 갈수나 가상만 속에 도시된라 세뇽 뭔가 배디가 이게 손남 반대 좀 되는 게 팀만 남고 인주리에 되는지 배고 무슨 영향 쓰는 무슨 소리 디즈니 감독이 그나 나로를 찾아 팀만 남고 말했어. 가지나 감독이 이제 손남들 수념들에게 무슨 요를 했어. 이나 감독님만 딱 버리고 말해라. 더 버리고 이나 로직라 팅카시 쪽이 요랬어. 기초도 있고 아니 세고 되는 시기 다이나 배디고서 아니 깜발라 한국도 이 샵잡에서 강 쭉쭉이었다. 강속도 나지요. 디즈니 다른세 남네 바 아니 스님들 얘기 무슨 요랬어. 어디 So this is also another the pictures of how the Sangha members go for asking for alms. So the yang ani yang 시바지레시 dan 그래서 내든 주기 진짜가 내든 주기 아사당 박도 샬박도 시에 니 디젤에 기딘수 코르게스 스님들 얘기 있어요. 디가서 나 저기 내든 주라서 받았다나 무슨 슈거를 있어. 그래서 이 로준 디시에 전에 코나바 데니슈니 대박에 비치는 데지 뭐야 스님 비어라서 and here in this image we have like specifically we have like two arhat going ahead the monks. This is arhat. So in our like Sanskrit tradition, we have like 16 arhat who who are still alive. The place we have visited in like the Gurupa, there is a Mahakaship who is still alive. And in the Vulture Peak, there is like a Vulture Peak, there is like a, I forgot the Sanskrit name, we call it Lamchen. Lamchen. He's the Nathan Lamchen, he is still alive in the Vulture Peak. So they are in the meditation state. So in our tradition, we invite all those 16 arhat by chanting, by doing rituals, so that we invite them and offer our offering to them. So this is how we offer the 16 arhat. So here in this image, the monks are going as the followers of the 16 arhat for their alms. 지난 방송에다 내든 주로 내진 장치의 소유자는 내든 지난 내든 나올라 내 가서 먼저 류작하나 비슷한 상계 가서 내든 예수는 대하나신 자기 분들이나 남진 이야기도 주요를 하는 예수님을 어디서 남신입니다. 아니 senjigi chidula tajumam na denila na the generation the leading church society relation. And this is the how the monks, the ordained, full ordained monks and the bhikkhu and bhikkhuni, they have their lunch during the Kagyu. So they all have this. They are served by the volunteers, volunteer upasaka and upasika and the shaman, novice monk. And the Kagyu kabla gelong namba ni shelachilam the relation. As a gotik pajev, dinala da gelong mato chna getje. Getze namba da dini ani gingen namba da su ani konsula di shapchi konsu shaltawa. Disu shuni konsula bi munzini dini shi. Ani yang chue la ga melong chodi ga ye porto di gelong di su di ye porto gongji shu. Because shopa de tekin su jong den dini gongji ye porto shu. And during this one all the bhikkhus have to receive the bodhisattva vows every morning. Bodhisattva vows. So this is how they chant before eating, before having meals. So you can see there in the second row. I'm here. It's my picture there. I'm also present there. Then the Shila Machek Mola, the Chiba Pinam, the remove Jerry Padilla Manam, the Kazan Yitaja Pass. Yet, Hayagos. This is how the Sangha members, when they have meal, they have to stay very quietly, silence. They cannot make a sound, they cannot talk, they cannot make a sound of a spoon, or they cannot make a sound of chewing, or they like, looking here and there, they have to just stay very focused. There are like a discipline master who looks up at them. And he getting up at the Shilachi because not to get too many details where the chapter, so I think charge where the Ganashi, to you, which you times the nature of the dinner, so you and the constituting button, and so get it on a bit of Namam. He must not get on this in the chip. And then this is the Bhikkhuni. The Bhikkhuni actually have been built by according to discipline. So Bhikkhunis, this is Bhikkhuni, they were from the different traditions. When they attend the Kagyu, they have to dress it this way and they have to have food the same as the Bhikkhu. And the Giloma Namate and the Devashivani to do the Giloma. And the Kagyu Piums and Kona Batanation and Navzat Chitani, Chasanjipa, and the Giloma to Tankari, Pachipacham, and Yamshuk Nambo ratio. And this is the while we in the ceremony of the Kagyu, while chanting the Sanskrit prayers, we have to dress in this way. So you can see inside, I am the present. Then the part and the Nikina Bezima, and the Kagyu Kabla, the lecture shouldn't know where the lecture shouldn't know also the Nazaki and the Ganachi. The Zula, the Kanabe Zigir, the Nine, Kokiras, the Kapiti. Tadi jumsing garjini ini sugar lana, mansugi namjin tadi dulu tadi bayar es, pernah apa tu mansugi tana bejun tampen tana lana itu tana lecture ki juga tana, pada ki juga ki mana mansugi dulu tadi tadi ni namlen tang tang Then magita chasang chipayo is the konapala the motishueki besindi that's all the the purpose of showing this our Kajumolam conducting similarly according to the Vinaya is to show that how our the Pali tradition and Sanskrit tradition is similar regarding the Vinaya. So in this image, you can see there are a lot of bhikkhus carrying the text. This is the Tripitaka. We call Kagyu in our Tibetan language. So this in the two photo, they are in the processions. They are carrying the Kagyu text and they go around the Mahabodhi temple. And in there, next they read all of Tripitaka from first to last. There are like around 103 volumes. These are all the Tripitakas. So it is book form. So this is in the text form. Yeah, this is in the book. And the top in the there is like a text form. So in yearly we read a whole Tripitaka from first to last. And on top of that there is also like another group of four categories of tantra. So all those people, those texts. In the below photo is like Bhikkhuni. Bhikkhuni is participating in the Tripitaka procession. And the upper sungi badi and ni digas na ko juche urti re. Dinala geloma ni chagi nyamshunang go. Tene shibadi ani da nyamshunang ge yomzoki ani garana ani kaju taktok go re. Tene da sache sumbala na min da di thamaro re. Ye kaju be naruchiru le tumonyam ne jita just like. I think this is the last point I'm going to talk here. The brief on how Kajupa are practicing Tummo and inner heat, one of the 6 yoga. So you can see here some monks are soaking the white dress in the water. So water filled with the flowers, big bowl. So this is in the early morning, around like 5 or 5:30. So early morning. So they soak the whole dress in there and they wear walking meditation by chanting the realization songs. Then they rechigi kuparti garsi shugurana kunsugi kum dana minuta nidu sangen nyansungi latu sadukana rona ani losum chosum sangen dire kuna begi ani melam ngirla ni shobo mont di bebna ni gima tamadila 생각 너무 쉬워요. 조건 남랑선에 아니 공소기 네가 레지나 주장 모델은 아니 레디가 대신 있나 보네. 다 공제 공람에 있다 공 아스다. 구루 땡기라 가야 주라나 되고 하는 거죠. So these monks are the one who have finished 3 years and 45 days retreat. So they will enter into retreat like our rainy season. Normally in rainy season we stay only for 3 months, but these monks they stay retreat at least minimum for the 3 years and 45 days. They cannot meet their parents, they cannot meet their friends, they can only meet the one who are friends within themselves. So after completing those retreat, they come and at the end of the retreat, so they show their practice by putting this cloth in the cold water. This is the practice. There are a lot of many practices, so I'm giving only one example. Here they practice the inner heat. Put in the cold water, so they soak in this. So after that, soaking their dress into the water, they wear and they just go by doing walking meditation. So they chant. Some chant mantra, some sing a song of realization. We call Doha. Then reach it if she make a platona bag in the Kashi and Zumatea, the Kashikana. The Shukutin so the Gazna, Chitang, one of the Terawada Nalaya, Gomjatang, Natuna like Gomjatan, didn't answer it now like the Gomjatan, Mixing Maro, Unamba Desmaro, the Day Kitchen, 돌디서 미치는 모티슈가 일 아니 나포도 가서나 가지고 나면 나다 고쳐진다 지루하네 뭐 보이잖아 나 지금 안디 속으로다 이 바람 감식 말이죠 이내다 이 파르트스도 스테이블시웨나 아니 그런 바다야 믹싱이 건작인데 네 맞아요 맞아요 돌네 캔도 영화에 주다 아니 이게 모티도 디슈마이 아니 디가는 게 아니 만상슈에 있다 아니 교화도 연다가 막 데미지기 들어가면 이제 사다만 힘이 들어 도지 챙기고 완전도 쉬고 so this is the this is I show these pictures because this is the way how the Sanskrit tradition they do meditation in different form. So they do meditation by writing, drawing of mandala, and they do in this form many ways of doing meditation. So this is just only one example. There are a lot of examples. There are a lot of practice teachings. But I myself, I cannot know. I don't know all those things, and I cannot share all those things because I don't have that experience. And I myself, I'm not to learn. So this I'm giving just only one example to my Dhamma friends who, especially who came from Thailand and Sri Lanka and Laos and Korea, because they our Tibetans, the Geshe-las, they all know about those things. So if you have any questions regarding those things, you can ask after this question session or in other part also. So this is my last point that I have shared. Then I would like to do dedication prayer is in all my life may I never be separated from the perfect Guru and enjoy this splendor of Dharma, perfecting the qualities of the path at this stage. May I swiftly attain the state of Vajradhara Sarvam. Thank you. So if you have questions regarding
So thank you very much for Kimbula. We're hoping for the Q&A session. So if you have any doubt or whatever, so most welcome for the Q&A session. If you have a question, just raise your hand, so I will pass it to you.
මහායාන සම්ප්‍රදායේ ප්‍රභේද කිහිපයක් පිළිබඳව අපි සාකච්ඡා කළා. ඒ එක් ප්‍රභේදයක් තමයි කච්චු සම්ප්‍රදාය. ඒ කච්චු සම්ප්‍රදායට භික්ෂුන් වහන්සේ නමක් බාහිරව අඳුනා ගන්න තියෙන ලක්ෂණ මොනවද? අඳින සිවුරේ වෙනසක් තියෙනවද? ආදී කාරණාවක් පිටුද සර්පට කියනසන්න.
At this moment, we discuss about one of the traditions in one of the sects actually in Sanskrit tradition, Mahayana tradition, and with regard to the Kagyu tradition, I would like to ask, are there any special characteristic features of a Buddhist monk that we can really identify him as a member of Kagyu tradition?
Okay, I think I got, if I'm not wrong, I think you're asking how we can identify the Kagyu. He is the Kagyu. This is one of the difficult questions that we face because just by dress we cannot identify it because nowadays everyone can wear any dress but in certain level there is like some regarding this some monastery or some tradition as I mentioned earlier there are a lot of tradition and when it comes to the Kagyu there is some other we can identify by just by dress but the real Kagyu it depends only in the inner realism the inner intellectual. So the lineage that you receive from which guru, and the practice you agree, the practice or the lineage you are holding, it belongs to which master, which guru. So then from there only you can be decided as the real Kagyu.
ඇත්තටම ඔබ ඇසූ ප්‍රශ්නය ඉතාමත්ම අමාරු ප්‍රශ්නයක් පිළිතුරු දීමට බාහිරව සිවුරෙන් හරි දැන් තියෙන ඒ පාටින් හරි අපට කජු සම්ප්‍රදායට භික්ෂුවක් යන්න හඳුනා ගැනීම ඉතාමත්ම දුෂ්කර වෙනවා. ඇත්තටම කජු සම්ප්‍රදායට භික්ෂුවක් කියන එක හඳුනා ගන්න අපිට තියෙන හොඳම ක්‍රමය තමයි ඒ අපි දැනුවත්භාවයක් ලබන්න ඕන උන්වහන්සේ මේ කජු සම්ප්‍රදායට ඒ සියලු ආගමික ඉගැන්වීම් වලට අනුව අභ්‍යන්තරයේ ඒ පුරුදු පුහුණු කරන සැබෑම භික්ෂුන් වහන්සේ කෙනෙක්ට කියන එක තුලින් තමයි අපිට දැක්ක ගමන් අපිට ගන්න අමාරු ඒකට හේතුවක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් අර අපිට බාහිර පෙනුම බොහොම රැවටිලිකාර සුපයි කියන එම අපිට අඳුරන්න බැරි තත්ත්වයක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ.
Kagyu kita warai ane kanis mushkilis. Kagyu kita mushkilis. Tadi kagyu ini kagyu kita warai dulu ini tu kanis mushkilis. Tadi kita ngazun nampi kali cedek cedek lesuin. Kasana ngazun mangcuwa tak ngazun duplo lah tadi cedek itu. Mani itu duplo tadi ngazun semas untuk yang ngazun sui ni. Tadi duplo di kami lagi yang yuris. Ini tadi tu rei mari lap tu yang. Iba ini tu tu mani di ngazun ngazun susun yang melinci kita. Cuy susah ni jubah lah ni. 다 소속이 되면 juga 아마 나지 디가 올라고 또 어디가 지니 강사 계속이 고래도 레미도 제도에 또 다치 나오는 소식이 무슨 이제 제도 말해라 되는 디디슈니 at the moment Balamun doing presentation like that So the Geshe giving one clarification on this your questions. We can also identify regarding the view, which view you are believing.
මහාපුත්‍රයන් සංකල්පය ගැන කෙටි හැඳින්වීමක් වාක්‍ය දෙක තුනකින් අපිට ලබා දෙන්න.
Actually, it's very difficult for me, but I can say it's like the nature of your mind. If you know the real nature of your mind, so that's the mount. 공기라는 다 작전 라이딩 못해 유능주들 소지를 많이 공수비도 다들 네 내수는 전에 지난 문화적인 전에 내가 보시도 게 말했어. 이번에는 다 도로성 수가이나 수기 생모체가 내가 하면 작전 생긴 뭐가 있나 대로 작전이 됐어. 생긴 일 보면 못해. So if you realize the nature of your mind, reality, so we even call like a nature as the nature of Buddha. So if you realize that this is the
It means Kempo, is it mindfulness for Buddha's Sabhava?
mindfulness.
මේන් අදහස් වෙන්නේ මනසේ සතිමත් බවද බුද්ධ ස්වභාවයද යන.
Mindfulness. 나쁜게 좋아이나 데레 그냥 정신이야. 정신 차리고 그랬어. 정신. So the awareness in the mind is the method to realize the nature of your mind. It's not a nature of mind. Because awareness we can realize very easily. Because so now the awareness in the mindful, it can be the technique or the method to realize your nature of mind. It's not nature of mind, so it's not how.
Venerable, I just want to add on 2 words. One answer that,
Okay, sir.
the realization of the mind is actually the non-duality of the truths. Non-duality is the clear mind of all phenomena, conventionally, ultimately. Or I think in the other term we call it the reunion of the non-dual, the dual bliss, the conventionally and ultimately.
공개하고 세시지 남스가 숨쉬거나 아니 무슨 이슬 남대와 똑바로 해도 이미 똑바로 이 대남남 이 대남기에 있는 것보다 이 자체가 많이 있어. So, and again, Geshe is giving one point on that one. He said that if we realize the ultimate nature of mind, so if we realize, we can recognize the ultimate nature of mind. So this is called the Mahamudra. It's the ultimate.
Akashapa is included.
Yeah. The Kungi Joy did it. When Mahakashapa did, and he was
Akashapa is included.
yeah. The Kungi Joy did it. When Mahakashapa did, and he was Sangi Eden Yasum was a young and mother, the Kopino Shuri, the Kadisiki like it. You got the question? You got the question? Was he asking? Yeah. This Netting Judo now, Netting Judo is opening the Nayam, so because 예수의 예수님 모양 슈리, 근데 내가 슈리 안 돼, 슈리. 슈리가 다기기가 슈리잖아. 아니 예수님 내가 뭐 그냥 슈리레스. 내가 나시기 내가 슈리가 뭐 그냥 슈리다 나의 슈리레스. 어디 내가 슈리. 다 공기 좋아 드려. 그래서 시기래. This we have to refer into the text origin biography or of 16 arhats, where these give explanations that a Buddha have to live until the Maitreya Buddha comes to our this world as a Buddha, so to preserve the teachings of the Buddha Shakyamuni. So they are in the state of the meditation. So they are still there. But if we have like a faith, if we have such higher realization, we can talk with them, we can meet with them, we can have lunch with them, with those arhat, even with the Mahakashyapa. But regarding the Mahakashyapa story, there is one Pali text which is translated into English, where I have read through English. It have said when the Mahakashyapa entered into the meditation state in the Gurupa, he have mentioned, I'm entering into this meditation state. It will only open sorry, it can be found even in the Tibetan. Only last year it was translated and published into book. Only this one. Nana Neden Chimbogi was the Yesumbida, the Shumina, so it's not Lojuna Pajaburis. The Jenny was Lojuna, the Yesum Chimbo, the Rujaka, Gopinum also, and the thing Sumlaya, watching the Sumir. Because the Mashuma, because the Gabo Mageta Pedicasuchi, Gabo Mageta de la Pavena, Chigris, Koyan, Jinuya Shingri, the Kungo Pedicasuchi, Yashingri, then the Mom Palagaja Pedicasu. Shingren Lojudi, the Lojudi Pali, Kito, you got anything in indicate the young Janaki players, no one is in a big Ketoladi on the name Shinichi Yusashila, the Keju Zen in the Pachitan did the delay. I should be told, I should be told, it did so the Dinana Pacific. So the text which is suggested into the Tibetan language, it's called the Ashoka, the Sutra of Ashoka.
Kepuji, further, just that regarding the Mahakashyap's biography, it's well mentioned in Theravada tradition. The Bhakti further needs to know that
Sorry.
Other, Bhante needs to further ask, but who are the other 15 arahants?
Okay.
Is there any list of them, or where we can find any resources regarding them?
Yes, yes, yes.
Sure. Thank you.
저 거기 좋아하는 아니 가샤프 콜라디 아니 예수기 콜라디 빨리 나라 요리스 빨리 니틴 줄 어디를 그래서 공기 좋아들들 예수기 빨리 그나라기 도스발라 이내 양가사 니틴 줄디 빨리 그나라기다 로주디스 예삼이 미누스 그래서 디콜라 어디를
대체 내대 주종을 이수침부 유매 지치는 데려서 조지 이수침부 거대니 빨리 그 주종을 가서 요레스 넘다데 라이네 조지 니단데 때문에 내대 주종을 지는 샤도 공시
알리에나
선에 대 내대 주종을 내대 하면 정화 거대니 넘다도 거네 그거레스
나서스 I have to clarify that Mahakashyapa is not included into 16 Arhat. He is Arhat, but not included into 16 Arhat. Though there are a lot of Arhats, many Arhats. But the 16 Arhat was categorized, I think it's categorized in when the tradition spread into China. From China, they have a tradition of counting as 16 Arhat. So their story, myself, I didn't find it very clearly in the certain book, but I have got from a different website regarding this story of biography of 16 Arhat. And I will give opportunity and I will request the other Geshe-la whether they have found or not. Then again, the Garshuri 아니 예송 친구들이 레디 중 남기 말이에스 레디 중 남기 남생이 레디 말이에스 지난번 레디 레이스 다좀 말이에스 그래서 다좀 그다 레디 이나양 만족이 레디 중 지당디 남체파 전화가 다르거든요 전화를 그라 아니 레디 중 런치지 자도 무슨 어제 뉴스 요소 레디 중 지당디 전화 리수 다르고 만나서 무슨 이네 공개 레디 중 이제 받는 대책랑이 이제 좀 무슨 이네다 쳔바쳔바지니 아니 가와가서 이제 중스 다니 예 제주 마중스네 다 계시나 거기 있을 게 이거이나 이제 스무지는 거 파피에 이슈이다 이거는 뭐 대하는 시
내 주루세 근데 첨부 가능하다 미그 당가가 첨부 체는데 너네 요즘 말에 이나 내내 레센 또 배신 되게 스페셜 내 한테 되나요 근데 나가서 파발 나온 거 대단히 기꺼이 근데 중국 또 되게 그때 근데 또 난 카드 또 다시다는 나 뭐 어떻게 이랬어요
what Geshe-la says that the Geshe-la is saying he also not found a book which now he also mentioned that he have also not found the as a mentioned 16 Arhat and 17 Arhat in the text like Tripitaka. But it have mentioned the name of those Arhat in different chapter or different chapter sutras, yes, different sutras. And what he says is that the Lamten is called the Mahachunda, and I think Lamchunda is Mahachunda, and I forgot the name. It's called Mahachunda. One is Mahachunda, and they two are mentioned very clearly in this some sutra. And to clarify on this from my side, few years ago I asked some scholar about regarding the Nagsena. You might have heard the king of Milinda and the Nagsena. So the Nagsena is also considered as one of the Arhat. Mansugi namjin dinala dichi yoron sa mansugi ete lui de lai one lui de moyang la dishu lui ke tadi nala ni di mansugi nama 야마 배심중마 야마지 디가 수 지금 그만디 그나 공수 바라스티오라 시중단기 개원 가시도 공나발라시 야마 슈티 야마지 디가 수 공수 수마이나 낙세나 라인이 있습니다. 낙세나 라인이 루이데라니 저주도 와이나 다우도 지요. 이메는 낙세나 라인이 그나 무슨 그리기 결과도 밀린다 라인이 공진님들 주어지는 남들은 공진도 제자주 대지요. 근데 가서 베이토라요 말이야. 이네디 그나 개인 러빙이 그나 가서 도토 러빙네 orang tolong ini nanti 문화부터 공기에 있는 유시바이 같이 나로 사이에 있습니다. 이제 빠진당에 있었는데 나로 빠진 남자 예수님 가상이 주시 the book regarding the king of Milinda and the Naxena it's not translated till now, but one of these research professor from Varanasi University, he have finished translating, but it's going to publish this year very soon. So some says that the Naxena itself is the one of the Sistine Arhat, but it's not sure how it's true or wrong, true or not. So if it is if the Naxena is the one of the Sistine Arhat, so if we have whole history biography of the Naxena in the Pali tradition, which we can find even in English also, but not in Tibetan language till now. Regarding the run, lamtenna lamtendi, kongi pinjare run, lamtenna lamtendi jai bumbure, lamtendi aja lai subsa sumle, kongi ni pinjare run, lamtenna lamtendi. Tadi ni legend lamtendi just kiba mahachunda lagi, chunda panda, mahachunda panda, ya mahachunda panda and mahachunda panda. In some biography it says they are brothers. According to their biography and according to Sistine Arhat biography, they say one is in the Worship Tree, one is in the Trimshat, the rings of God. The rings of God, 33 God rings.
Dini tanda ke chawat chane te jevi samsir nis chawat chane te jevi samsir nis shi shi tanda chawat tango chi kana wala halam dini phanye de tsina tanda tanda chubo su shi mai na da ni te chu chu na da ka de tanda pe te kum je ni shu de ri de de ka ni yong sing ri se da chi tanga ni te chi ko su chi da ti ko la da ma su chi da ni po ki na te na so ta de this Mandravati Mato Mangchi Chikwari Chidani Masuda, the same day, Tamasuda, Gum gives the Tangis and Shiksi, the Tanga, some of the pitch. Masu dig, Tangis and Shiksi, the Samrun did, and then also the sound of the Samu Hachaka Rapachi. This Samu Tepa Pachara, Shitsara, Shitsara, Samjira, Samu de Chisam Chamu, but Tichiki. 아니 말아서 지 구조하는 그 누가 롱스야 지요리 대양 파차르 양을 줘야 남셔 시기요리 제가 대세 모두 가라 시가 차슈디가 레드 롱이야 차슈디 대비추 땅이 이게 나가 갈수 거리 띵이지 나와서 뷰디 띵이지나 디기 시바 되게 다 띵이지 가리나 누가 가리라 그나 띵이지 곰니 피에트 쳐서나 띵이지 되게 나오니 다 노동자 주장하고 있지 뒤에 남자 들이 시행 거 제가 때문에 단단하게 저한테 들이 용 쓰고 말을 와서야 그때 지가서 똑같이 내용에 갑자기 니버트 시바 처럼 하고 지금 요가데 니버트 상담 거지 시바 처럼 이날에 갑라 가서 랩도 들이 용 특별히 가서 다시 가이는 시요레스 어디치치 근데 단다 니들 주주다 로지도부터 가르쳐 요레스 오는 거다 마슨 남기 유샤샤 지는 데데 다다 카팅 this 지오도 양 마루지키니 다 제마서 이메이나 다 남기 마스 로지고 콘데야 제온데 셰다 찍라 가려서이나 다자부터 거 중된 디기 닝엘이 디칼라모데 담바 파테 용이 값스 가스고리 자주범으로 주주치기요리 자주범으로 주주치기 값스 데이터 자주범으로 주주고 데라 다른 밑에 주주세 다는 조사 레스네 조다 찍듯이요리 조다 찍지요 찍춘지요 다 찍다다 ndi ti kaya chi se da ra ngi de ge tsui chin chin de la bu ge tsui de la pa da on de na di ni ka ko no le ba su ba ko ni ka su ani je che mo de chu chu chi chon de da vi je che mo de chu chu ko de la ni de ji ni san so le jo sha yo re se ji ta na ma su ti di she se ge lo ki ta halam dong ga lu chi bi chi de yin san so 단지 되나 가리나 양원나 지대적 그 단지 있는 지금 나오나 어디 드리치는 지시는 줘요. 이나 이런 도기 찍다 콘도 세우치 되지요데 이나한테 세우치 제마선 드니 지난번 가서 거기 나타난 거 나라 이나 니데 주주고 그런 총사가 유다 총로다 아니 지게 가서 거리 니 간다 간라 가리가리 나 요미 라버트 소마 자나 초도 와라 페디 추가리가리 나 요미 세자 가고 안조 요미세 시험 채널 그 하정 거 세워도 기부 요리 예스 what it is.
So Geshe-la once read something regarding the QA session. So the first one is about about the possibility of Mahakashapa to be alive still now. Maybe we are curious about how a person can be alive for so much, say, a long time. In our texts, especially in the sutras and their commentaries, we can find one type of absorption or samapati, absorption of the cessation, samapati of cessation. So once a practitioner, can use that absorption of cessation, that person can live for thousands and millions of years. So it is possible for such a state for those Mahakashapa and those other 16 arhats to be still alive in this world now, up to now, and still they will be live for a very longer time. And then regarding second one,
Tanda kela na teri sani masu kuji date we are actually chikari or some tanda kana shoke sanso masu tanda teri sani na tanda masu dichi de na tanda ni macho ma ni shu taba chik inji la pe ta mashi na ni chik tu tamba chik de to su ye alam ta ko cho chik de ja ya ko chik
then another evidence that we can have is about Tudam. In Tibetan we call Tudam, and I think we don't have an English name for that one up to now. So better to use the Tudam, name Tudam. That means anyone who dies, not only everybody, those great practitioners, after passing away, then still they will live for a long time, just like 7 days, 20 days, 23 days, and so on. This morning, Geshe-la mentioned many such practitioners that were happened recently within 20 years. Within 20 years, so many such practitioners happened in this monastery, Gade Monastery, who have lived for 23, 29, 28 such days after their passing away, remained in the Tudam state. That means remained in meditation state after the death, after the so-called death. Nowadays we call when the breathing is stopped and the working of the heart is stopped, medically is announced to be death. But when we are analyzing very precisely through the scriptures, especially through the tantric scriptures, we can say that person is dying, not dead, not died, but is dying in the present state, is dying, not dead, not dying, not died. So at the dying state, this Tudam practice can be happened. So that can be one evidence, again, to prove any person who has been practicing the absorption of the cessation or the samapati can live for a longer time, more than 1,000,000 years or thousands of years if he wishes. So that's one evidence for the regarding Mahakashyapa's. And the second one is about regarding the 16 arhats. We have many sources in our Tibetan writings, and one of the scholars of Tibet, who is called Tunga Rinpoche, he mentioned two options. One option that right after the Mahaparinirvana of Lord Buddha, there were 16 arhats. So those 16 arhats were called the 16 arhats, what we are talking about. Then another option is that during the turning of third wheel of Dharma, so at that time there were 16 arhats. So for those 16 arhats, Lord Buddha called them as 16 arhats, 16 sets of arhats. So that is what we are talking about. So those two options are mentioned in the history by one of the Tibetan scholars. That is Geshe-la mentions.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You talk about Tilopa having two lines of receiving the teaching. One is a long line from the Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, and another one from Vajradhara. Our question is, are the teachings from these two lineage the same, or are they different? And how are they different? And are all of these teachings, especially in the Kagyu tradition, all collected within your Tripitaka? And where do they stay in the whole Tripitaka? Are they a commentary, or are they an actual Buddha Vajra?
공기 저한테 되는 거 간다. 아니 개불하게 당신은 가서 가지나 니 때로가는 많이 주도 진주니에 면은 다 니주를 조심 거 같이 돈 되는 마 공주자비 까디 아니 데니스 가는 뒤에 가르 공도를 했어야 되는 거야. 아니 괜히 가가를 더 집바라가 가를 했어야 돼.
So regarding these questions, the teachings are included into the sutra, and so you ask another questions whether it's the same or different. The code cheaper rebe kakar is more.
Tito ye samzush. Wa. Tati olas tati Kagyu ki thola pawainza tati thola ye samzush shujujda. Ke kebobema ki 기결시로 아주 지난기 데네숨 세대 레레레레 시작할 때 사고 동아라 투디 데네숨 창염도 돼 봐서 숨고요 와 어디디 다직 되기 나라 데네숨기기 죄자 창염도 되고 여서 데네숨기기 것도 되고 여서 데네지 내가 되게 요로 디프랑 거서 와 데네숨 창염도 돼 봐서 라스면서
So he is saying is that the teachings which you receive carried is included mostly in the Pitaka. But there is also some like because it's like tantra teachings. So you have the tantra so you have all three contains all those things.
아니 라스트도 공연도 거라 네 배제기 쉬어요. 나라도 등산디 돌을 디 고풍디 셔야 되는 줄 봤어요. 공샤사데 공기 고풍디 다다바도 초라만 줘 봐. 미신당 로제 가야요. 그 다다바도 쇼트야지. 직티셰 아니 이바디 별 속진이 남아 깨라신 거지. 공 꾸샤네 배제다 로냐당 넣주 트레이디요 사람. 그 다다바도 고풍 초라만 줘 봐. 생세바디요. 다다양 지규요 봐. 대제지 배수인 있어. 이 배수인 지기 프로지 대제지 내체.
The tantra gospel.
걔네 좀 하나도 좀내 지야도 와. 쭉. 하나 좀요 와.
Okay, he's talking about my home. We have got one like the head of the clan. called like a Jekin. So one who was the once he was the abbot of the country. His name was the Jekin region. J is like the abbot, supreme abbot. So supreme abbot Jekin region. He passed away many years ago, and his body is still kept in the country. So it's very precious, and it's like it don't have a normal size of when he was alive. It becomes shrink, it becomes small in size. And it's kept on the stupa, and it's still there. But we cannot take photos and or no one is allowed because it's kept by the government in the shrine. And Kimbola is mentioning another example in the Tibetan part.
이마 조지.
That body is not
이마
kept in that body is not kept in the fridge, as it says.
So she is saying that there is
From open. So you are answering the previous.
yes, this so this is giving example from the previous question. Sorry, sorry to make a clear. Yeah, no,
You will get answer.
we will answer you.
My question is, he said that it's included in the Tripitaka.
That means all the tantric scriptures can be included within the Tripitaka. Or that is within the tantric scriptures, all the Tripitakas are there. That means many parts, some parts relating with the Vinaya, some parts relating with the Abhidhamma, some parts relating with the Sutra. So we can say like that. Or one option, another option is there. Another option is that the tantric scriptures can be categorized into sutra.
나도 직집이다. 가만히.
My question is like, and how is it different? Like the teaching that you get from Vajradhara directly, and the teaching that is passed down through the generation from Shakyamuni Buddha, how are they different? And are they the same or are they different?
Okay, so we'll come to that later because I'm translating what he said. Okay, the Nahimo Yisuva. So he has given another example in Tibet regarding this about the arahats. So he gave an example in the Tibet. Dzogchen is called the one who practices Dzogchen. So he passed away like around 150 years ago. But his body is still kept there. It's fresh, and it's not used any like fish and like any medicines or any other like technical form. So it's kept normally. But it's even from his whole body, it relates still relates. Found.
tapi 간이 시험을 열었을 때와 또 쓴 영화 톱선들이 이 중화시를 영화 톱을 했어. 중화시를 영화 톱선이 말아서 그 주번이 또 중화시기 좀 샤마치 차려요 와. 이 중화시를 영화 톱선이 소소 그 주번이 가르치지 와. 그다음에 그제 생초에 소소 지시를 영화 톱선이 진행적인 도기 같이 소고 처럼 하러 아니 이런 것들이 샤트해야 돼. 또 진행적 내재 토고 내용들 대입이 막 그랬더니 대리시 용토고 요래서 따조의 중화시가 나와 토비 끼기 용고 요래서
So what he mentioned is that once we get into higher level of the meditations, we get power in our mind. So we can control our own mind. So when we realize the nature of mind. So once we get able to control all our mind, we can control our bodies, which our body is made up of 5 elements. So once we reach in that level, we have got the freedom from we don't want to keep the body or we want to live long, whether we want to live short. So this is because of the realizing or the state of mind, the real nature of mind. So this because of this power, we can keep our body this, we can live for a long life. This is what he meant.
어디 어디 지난게 되게 누바통이 차상을 소소 그리드들이 샤로만 했어. 생진기 되여나 팬더되는 여나 근데 아마 가시 되게 이제 샤로 지방 샤로요 말했어.
But the most of the practitioners, such practitioners, they don't keep their body in this way. But if there is any particular reason or benefit,
So they will decide to keep their body for in this form. They will live for such long. If there is benefit for the sentient being, if there is benefit for the Buddha Dharma, then they will stay in this form.
중화시나 로마토나 배순직 다티 때 이체메시나 차르게 알아서기 태화치고 그 도지소나 타고도 중심이 남다져도 이마 나와가 이마 소리하기 남다들이 요구 요리스 지난 중화시나 로마토들이 이마는 나와야 까토고 요바 대대 지나기 말아서기 다시 중심이 남다들이 요구 요리스.
So he is in giving one example regarding the biography of Mahasiddha. There is mentioned that once they reach such level of meditation state, they can control all the five elements. They can stop even the sun anymore, so they can change the 10 angles. Such stories are mentioned in the biography of the Mahasiddha. It could be a typical belief or to believe in such, but it is mentioned in the biography of Mahasiddha. This is what. Now coming to your questions. So is the same or not different, right? It's totally different. Yeah. Because it's different. Because it's the ones who receive from the Buddha Shakyamuni and his like student like Mahananda and the Kashyapa, and it comes to our till us. It's like we call the far lineage. We are not receiving directly from Buddha. We are receiving from the student. So the one which is the close lineage is once we realize and once we have reached a certain high level of meditation state level, we can visualize it, or we can visualize the Buddha, or we can talk, or we can receive, or we can have a vision of God, so that we can get direct teachings from there. So this is the lineage of the Buddha. So this is like the lineage differences. Now when it comes to teachings, teachings are like sometimes because such teachings which is received in the gross lineage, it cannot be received by all because all don't have that power. All cannot visualize the things. So this is why what I want to mention here is such close lineage are only given for the high intellectual masters. Not everyone can. It's a not common teaching that every person can practice or receive. To receive and practice such teachings, we have to be ourselves like in the high level of practice. The issue by the Gashman, the Ichtam and the Jijik Karashu issue, and the Kagyu Maris, and the Chief. 팀원 기치 차이 오는데스 팀원 모임 같은 데 기치 주요 남고 저기 저는 도시상 가서 제일 많나 제가 가서 주요 투기 말했어. 그래서 이 팀원 모임이 숨기 차이 말했어. 제일 그래서 네가 아니 팀원 모임에 제일 먼저 이 팀원 기 차이 말했어. 이제 아니 개발하는 게 되지. 이가 아니 계시나 봐야 스메이나.
I will add one English translation, okay? So because Kempula mentioned that Jungwasha Wangtoba, so this is Tibetan, Jungwasha Wangtoba, this is Tibetan language. We used to say, when you reach beyond time and space, when you reach beyond time and space, so you have a full power to control everything, for elements, everything. So during that state, you can keep your body as much as you want. So because this body is how to say, made up or composition of the 4 elements. So when you reach beyond that space, time and space, so you have a fully controlling your body, so you can keep your body as long as, so what we mentioned, the 16 Arahant or all those are reach beyond the time and space, so they can keep their body as long as, or as much as they want. So if it's beneficial for the sentient being, so they can keep that state level. So this is just a one translation. Thank you.
뒤도나 공기 주바시나서 이런 시야 돼. 이거는 예상도 중요시. 지난번에 슈 코랑이 즉 다다는 때 등상마서 개발될 수 있는 지원의 개발이라고 그랬어. 다조기 전에 상기고 무슨 주모주의 개발 상지를 대형 엄마가 다 상계시야디 즉 상기기 이시 개발지를 하고 여러. 네가 나서 우리 즉 미기 통요야 당대 가야 되려와. 다 조조디 아니 최 쿠랑기 된다 아니 뭐네 개발 매바치 이나 나 최주당의 돈에 상기기 지 구조 중화시 있다도 구조 지어라 딩거스 쇼가 중에 개발 삼자리에서 어디 녀와디 구조 뭐 중화라바디 요만했다 말아도 비지 다지 로저도 그렇게 고세오라 고 타보세오라 그 딩거스 체내 최주당의 개발치에서 저도 그 중화시 꾸디 뭐도 쇼가 중에 개발을 맞도 지당 최고랑의 주당의 개발 내에서 말합니다 선수
공기 깨주 주시는 공기 나섰습니다.
선제기 마기 저바치네라 고가서 투과게 같이 내면으로 임바치 다기 뒤자때 강사때 하는 선제모에서 지혜기 코로나기 대학교와 선을 사바치 주자들이 종아이나 저수가 임바이나 선제모에서 지혜고라 하나 이제 나르바이나는 들어바이나 대대 그런 문에 저수에서 사고도 선제모에서 지혜네 아니 뒤 당하대 막 나와지 뒤로 그거지 니주가 되게 좀 니주세대 되지 요즘 거라 용어를 받아 니주세대 되지
So now there's 2 points regarding your question. The first I told what he said is the far lineage and close lineage we can easily differentiate by whether the Buddha's physical form is appearing. The receiving teachings from the Buddha who is having a physical form is known as like a far lineage, and the receiving teachings directly from the Buddha which don't have a physical form, it's called a close lineage. Now to add the point from this, the Geshe I have mentioned, in our Sanskrit tradition, we don't say the Buddha is passed away or enter into we don't say the Buddha is a dead or ceased. Yeah. Okay. Ceased to non-existent. We in our tradition we say the Buddha is still there, but in the formless of a physical form. So if we have a vision, or if we have that intellectual, we can visualize that Buddha. So we can achieve ourselves in a higher level of practice of the meditation. So in Sanskrit tradition, we believe Buddha as the wisdom. It's not as the person. Once his followers or the student don't have a fortune to visualize or see the Buddha, then we say the Buddha is buried. So we say Buddha is not here. But in Sanskrit tradition, we don't say this because Buddha is still there. We cannot visualize because we don't have that level of the practice of the higher realization. So one who receive such close lineage are not very higher great master. That's why it's only able to receive by like Tilopa and Naropa, the most greatest master of Nalanda, the Brahmacharya. So that's how it become a secret. So that's why we call it a Tantra, it's a secret. Because not everybody can receive this one. Because not everybody can visually see the Buddha. So this is how it becomes a secret. But actually the teachings in general is not much difference. It shows the like a 4 noble truths. It shows the 8th noble path. It shows all the impermanence, emptiness, and it shows all like ultimate and the relative truths. But to receive this lineage, one have to be very fortunate. So that's why in our like Vajrayana tradition, we have to say we have to rely on our Guru, Master. That's why we call first refuge to the Guru. Then only we come to Buddha, then Dharma and Sangha. This is how it becomes Guru becomes the important in our Vajrayana tradition. Because the Guru is the high level, he has reached that high level of realization. He is able to visualize the Buddha. He is able to receive the teaching directly from Buddha. So that's why we have to relay him. Because we cannot visualize the Buddha himself. But we can talk with our Guru, our Master. So that's why we call in Tantrayana, the most important is our Guru. Because if you serve through Guru, you can receive all these teachings of thousands of Buddha and Bodhisattva and Arhats. So this is why in our tradition, we consider our Guru as the living Buddha and as the Buddha himself.
당연히 바로지 게 사실 지쇼 당연히 가서는 아니 로숨데 루저게 자래 당연히 투느냐 그래도 지가서는 코너 맞잖아요 다도 대바선도 좀 걔네 기 둘다 먹은 거 마들이 그 투느냐 그러는 so today I want to add something individually from my side. So as I participated 3 times in this exchange program, and so I got something that your tradition and our tradition, the ultimate difference comes through the Mahaparinirvana, comes through that topic. So in our tradition, we believe after the Mahaparinirvana, still Buddha and Buddha's omniscience mind will going continually, forever, will continue. And again, in our tradition, we believe that Buddhas can be reborn as Bodhisattva, although he will not be a Bodhisattva because he has been fully enlightened, but can be manifested as a Bodhisattva, manifested as an ordinary person, manifested in order to help the sentient beings. Our scriptures with so many reasons. So that's, I think, one main point where we go into different directions at that point. So we all should keep that one in our mind. So the teaching. Okay, regarding your question, I want to add a little bit. Although Kembula and other Kembula and many Geshe-las already answered, but I want to say that the content of the teachings of the close lineage and the far lineage should be same. We cannot say 100% same, but we can say more than 90% should be same. But there is a difference in terms of the preciousness, in terms of blessings. There is a difference, and there should be some unique characteristics too, regarding with the disciple to whom the Buddha directly teaches, to whom that disciple. So there should be some unique characteristics there, but when in a broader way, we can say more than 90% is same.
Just I need to add some additional facts regarding Mahaparinirvana so that we can find in Theravada tradition. There is a quote that Sunikka hitam kotta sabbatihariyam dhammam desi. Lord Buddha replied, Nevatavaham parinirvana, I won't die. I will not die. I won't attain the parinirvana until my disciples follow my doctrine, practice the Vinaya, and study Buddha's teachings from their teachers, Guru. Until they study my teachings from their lineage, from their Guru, and disprove all other proponents' thesis, and they preach Dhamma, I won't die. It means here, indirectly, in Mahaparinirvana Sutta that we can find in Theravada tradition, they implies still Lord Buddha alive. They just imply. Again, in Sutta Pitaka we can, they just imply. Again, in Sutta Pitaka we can find, if you need to see me, so dhammam passati, so mam passati. Just observe, look at, so mam passati. Just observe, look at Dhamma, then you will be able to look at me. If you look at me, definitely you have to look at Dhamma. Then what is Dhamma? Patisamuppadam passati. It is dependent origination. In Mahayana, it's voidness or Shuddhita. Read Mahaparinibbana Sutra very smoothly. There is no difference. There is no difference. Indirect mention Lord Buddha is immortal. He is alive. He had given the priority for Guru, for their teachers and teachers' teachings. It's mentioned in Theravada indirectly. In Mahayana, it is mentioned directly.
categories. And it's not in the Bachimendo, Tinola, sheets of Luway, Cardusina, and Tinola, do the Tomboya, Sonjila, Yangil, the riches and so on, and it's only Jumden, Yangil, and Dagme, Solars, Tan Yangil, and this, any also made to Janoji, Romangi, or Lame, Jubalema, Chinyaba, the Chinos, and Batini, Chisi, Tetamo, Tesito, and Yangil, and this for your rest. 다음에 지금 가르치는 공기 치료한테 만큼만 들어왔으니 소요레스. 같은 정도의 시바이나 아니면 기차에서 공기 가능을 지바이나 소지 좀 되는데 주의가 돼. 걔는 유에스 다 주스나 가르치고다. 주의만 좀 돼. 됐대. 롱기 치즈라고 있으면 봐이나 배대우 아니 다가로 예때 받 지바레도 상도스 드니치치 last part
드니 공기 디스무스 디디리 공기 베나 공전 에텐 데베 이디라이나 니 주네 숨거레스 대포치 베기디라이나 오스숨도 지상 타도기 공된 디치바레샤스 데노스
타도 군디지 다 페이지 디자이오 사서 오케이 오케이 슈슈
ขออนุญาตคณะสงฆ์นะครับอยากรู้ว่าหลักคำสอนนะครับอยากรู้ว่าหลักคำสอนที่สำคัญแล้วก็แตกต่างจากสายอื่นของสายกาจูเนี่ยมันคืออะไรที่สำคัญ
We'd like to ask, what is the specific teaching in the Kagyu lineage that is
아니 저한테 가르쳤더니 단다 가지고 주주 되네.
Okay, so this is for me I think it's the most toughest question. 가진 갈라서보다 이 두어디 값이도 차이 두딩. 근데 이나야 얘도 티슈베나. In our tradition, Kagyu tradition, there is a lot of teachings which the other tradition don't have. So this is the specific quality of the Kagyu tradition. For example, like the 6th yoga of Naropa. Particularly in my tradition where I am practicing, it's like we call Karma Kagyu tradition. We have like called it's called the wind and the mind. Inseparable of wind and mind, or such tradition. There are a lot of teachings.
취지 스스로 복도가 취지 친구 소속이 따뜻당 지금 점팀자당을 개발가리 요리에서 남 팀지 고기였나 개발가리에서 드리가 통해서 제품 주진요. 제품도 지금 갑들라 취기 수수기 따뜻 거라 체험도 전에 롭스 알람다 다 둔기에서 치트 예비 심지에 대지요. 이나 대지야 삼스 파기 차서 소리야. 이나 띠까때라 라마 수수기 수수 라마기 뭐니게 취기 수수기 따뜻라 따당가리요메 지금이 카카카는 생기요메 진짜 뜻이오는 가나 때 동지게가 있나 지나니 가서 단다가 보지 나한테 나라다 치워 집에 이기리 취기 가이나 나 저도 뭐 줄래 지지가 인소나 치워 나 저비 차니 지금 고문 잡아 대시만 잡아 소소라 지금 남자만 잡아 된다만 잡아 개발 때리때 지용그리에서 teni tawatana babi mo kapsu ta pe khabar chibo yusi sate tawatana babi kapte je te yimba ina ngoni china tawatana babi mo kapsu khashigi yujen be chola ya te santa ji tawatana babi ki samruti ki chola su chine jodi je khashigi bige korangi ngoni china khabar chibo yo mari ina khabar chibo zina pe chibo yo yes e kari chibo ji garas tagi yes.
Okay, so regarding your question, the Geshe-la, two Geshe-la have mentioned some points. The first Geshe-la he have mentioned there is like a technique how the master introduce the nature of mind or the let his student to realize the ultimate truth. This is it differentiates between the technique of the method, how the master is letting his student to realize the ultimate truth. And the other Geshe-la have mentioned that regarding this question, he have researched like at least for like 7 to 8 months. So during that time, he have researched in all the tradition of the Tibetan Buddhism or the Sanskrit tradition. He have researched in all tradition, but when it goes to together in researching or comparing each other. Normally we say there is a difference between the view, and when it goes very deeper, it don't find much differences. So it comes in ultimately, it comes like same lineage of master, but at the end comes together like the same. So this is how it becomes the same lineage. But sometimes when we make a differentiate between the like a lineage and the culture, the way how we dress, how we perform, how we learn, how we give the reason, it becomes like a lot of differences. So that one we can have optional, whether we can say it's the same, or we can say it's have a big differences. So this is what the issue.
Sure. 라도 지당기 별라 추규식이 동남대바 니루크랑 즉 모든 제당의 개발을 두고 말했어. 담백시기 추규 수술을 투모만 바카리 요리했어요. 탐람 배당 하나도 참 거주벌을 찾아나 따와 차게 치고 어디 탈람 나로 주고 디 탈람 투모만 가든지 요구 요리했어. 배당 하나도 닝만을 차 닝만을 그러면서 소소를 요리 추에 빨리 요구라. 디제당시 하나도 거주를 찾아나 탈람게 돈에 대리직 시행되었어. 다도 따와내 개발 해봐지. 탈람다 가셔야 되는 리마테 뭐야 뭐든 지도다 시행해야 되기 말라. 이나가 저어디 되는 거라도 탈람게 돈을 주고 있어. 탈람 때스게 개발 요구했어. 네 라마 개발도 다도 되게 개발 제도로 됐어.
So what he mentioned is like regarding regarding the ultimate truth, all tradition comes as the one same, because it comes what is the ultimate truth comes same, but when it comes to it comes little differences. So in some like he had mentioned like the Nyingma tradition, the oldest tradition of Tibetan Buddhism. There they have like some method of how they can transform their body into the rainbow body. There is the technique how they can transform their body into the rainbow.
So which the other tradition don't have that technique, the method. So this is how the technique. We are trying to realize the ultimate is the same. So this is what he mentioned, and the differences between when we call a format of the Tibetan Buddhism or whether we measure is call a format of the Tibetan Buddhism or whether we measure is school of Buddhism. So all the Buddhism, so all the teachings are same. Only that difference is the master. Which master you are following, which master you are following. So that's why we call this master or this lineage, and this tradition, and that master we call that traditions. But when it comes to the view, so there is not much differences, or we can say there's no differences. This is what he mentioned.
게 던데 게 김보라게 던데 주승소 그래서 되게 세시지 좋아면 던데 주승소 그래서 되게 세시지 좋아면 던데 저그 줘야 돼요 되면 빼는 로게 된 발로 빼 자와이나
Also I have how to practice or transfer body to the rainbow way. So this is what the Geshe mentioned. So this is what the Geshe mentioned. And just to conclude